Hi, this is just a little video I've been wanting to do for a while, but I was really inspired to do it following the hack of my channel. What happened is a nightmare of any monetized content creator, and the other Transformers YouTubers are worried about their own safety. My Gmail had somehow been hacked, and hackers completely locked me out of it before going to town on my YouTube channel to live stream Bitcoin scams. I was powerless to stop them until YouTube terminated my channel for violating community guidelines. But I reached out to Team YouTube on Twitter, and thanks to their help, I was able to regain control of my accounts, and here we are now. The only real downside to the event was I dropped several hundred subscribers, and many of the comment sections have been wiped down to zero. It's the holiday season, so now is a good time to remind everyone to be kind and considerate. On the internet, it's very easy to say things that you would not in real life, I hope, but we should try to interact on the internet as politely as we would in real life, because otherwise our Transformers community and any other community is just stewing in negativity. When I talk to other Transformers content creators, we seem to face the same problems in our audience. I think people instinctively take content creators in bad faith and assume the worst interpretations of anything we say. I think a lot of people think content creators are arrogant and full of themselves just because they have their large audience. Well, some content creators might just be that. I assure you is really not the case among my friends. These people are incredibly shy, even anxious about the content they create. We work extremely hard to make our videos and entertain people, and videos are not easy to make. For us who have YouTube as our main source of income, there is pressure to always be working, managing your social media, getting the algorithm to like you. And we don't always have the support of our family and friends for what we do. People always telling us that what we do is not a real job. We are here because we are committed and we love our fandom. Only mega nerds who have watched the show over and over can pick out the details like we can. We buy the products, we go to Transformers conventions, and we are shy about meeting fans, and many of us try to hide out of fear of disappointing them. On the topic of negativity and bad faith, people are quite aggressive in comment sections, and I don't think they would be in real life. People say things like they hate a creator because they don't like the same show as them. They scream and swear at toy reviewers for saying anything bad about a toy. So please understand that us not liking something and saying we don't like something is not an automatic insult to the people who like that thing. We all have comfort things and would not judge anyone who just said that something brings them joy. Things that bother us don't bother everyone, and some things that bother you, I might not care about. Like, when I explain the problems of Transformers Prime, I recognize them and I know they're there, but I actually don't care. It doesn't soil my enjoyment of the show, so it does for other people. I can tear Transformers Prime to shreds because I have seen it like 20 times, I've read the books over, and I analyze it to write my own fanfiction. Sometimes it is just fun for us to dig at a show or comic because overthinking things is fun. When I'm doing it, I'm just trying to be silly and start a new discussion in the Transformers fandom. I like to bring up points no one else has thought of to get you thinking more of the show. For my videos, there were no videos of that subject. In this small fandom, often the things I point out could be the first time they were ever publicly pointed out. My videos are not professional essays, they're little rambles I pump out on Google Docs. But people treat the scripts like a thesis, and they get upset over the details when I was never meant to be taken so seriously. Content creators are just trying to have fun with other members of the community. They aren't trying to act superior. We want to be creative and entertain you. And something like Autobot War Crimes and Transformers Prime is just a catchy title for a whole discussion on possibly immoral actions that the Autobots took in Transformers Prime. Even in that video, where I explain that I like the Autobots and I want them to win, even a pinned comment explained that the video is not to be taken too seriously. People still assume I hate the Autobots and they get critical on whether everything I mention is actually a war crime. You should really just assume content creators are trying to make the fandom more active and have fun with it. The amount of people who tell me that my videos brought them into the fandom is just heartwarming. That's what it's really all about. We love to see excitement and discussions of the show in our audience, not hatred, overly serious criticism, insults, swearing, homophobia, transphobia, etc. We do create negative videos sometimes, which are reviews and opinions on Transformers media. Sometimes it is done in the hope that future Transformers writers will see what they could improve on. Like, I sincerely hope that my past videos on female Transformers and other genders in Transformers had inspired Earthspark. Now, it's no secret that I don't like Robots in Disguise 2015, Prime Wars, Netflix's trilogy. At that point, just agree to disagree. It would be inappropriate and ridiculous in real life if we disliked people and shamed them just for not liking the same shows as us. I think it's actually immature if you swear at people and make a fuss for someone not liking the same toy as you. Sounds childish, doesn't it? But this is how people react to the Transformers toy reviewers who are just giving fair positives and negatives, people who are trying to help you. Toy reviewers are giving you the information to help you make an informed decision on what you're buying. If they point out problems, you can still decide if those problems are big enough to stop you from buying a toy. It's a simple thing. Before this holiday season, please remember that those you see online are real people and try to speak to them like you would if they were standing in front of you. If we all have a love and passion for Transformers, then we can get along even with slight differences in tastes. Thank you everyone who stayed with me during the hack, and happy holidays.